Well, hold on.
Good afternoon. Um, my name is Stephen Vunganai, a youth representative of the Zimbabwe United Nations Association. That is a people's movement for the United Nations and of the United Nations that is working in Zimbabwe, Africa, basically in the Southern African region. Our main focus for the Zimbabwe United Nations Association is to implement policies, basically of the Zimbabwe United Nations globally. That is basically looking at development and impacting upon sustainable development. Our main task is basically looking at broadening our implementation policies and broadening our implementation programs, because we are much more focusing into programs that have to do with United Nations topical issues. We are much more into human rights, basically giving the youths a voice to speak in for themselves in order for development. We are much more also into HIV and AIDS, into each and every health topical issues of United Nations that we have. We are much more also into sustainable development. We are into economics. We are into politics, and much more. We are also into social and corporate development. One of the basic programs that we are initiating is a program that is called the Blue Dam. The Blue Dam Harare. It's a project that we have currently still processing and still planning. We are hoping to implement that project with the assistance of the Zimbabwe United Nations Association as corporate partners. That includes the World Federation of United Nations. That is our mother body where we are affiliated. We are also in unison with the United Nations Association of United States, where we are planning basically projects to get the two corporate associations of the World Federation of United Nations to work together in unison. The projects that we are much more also into is to give the youths the right to to speak out whatever they have in their minds. We are also much more into basically looking at how best can we remove the youths from their shelters, from their shells that they are inclined into, and also basically to remove the youths from the solitary confinements that they are much more into. So basically, it's an overview of the brochure that we have. Basically, we're looking at development as a broad basis, and much more. One of the things that we are currently looking for is to get and give the youths the voice to speak in as far as development is concerned. We have seen a world that is created problems and evils against itself, where only the seniors are only expected to act. Hence, they are giving, they are turning their backs upon the youth. So basically, what we are much more into is our focus to aim on the youth, to give the youth the right to speak of their freedom, to give the youth to participate in sustainable development, to give the youth to know of their rights outside and what are the dangers that they are facing of the world. So it's an association that is basically looking at each and every topical issue of United Nations. Currently, we have programs that are dwelling much into sustainable development. Like I've mentioned, the Blue Dam project. It's a project that we have that we need to bring clean water and sanitation to the thousands of Zimbabwean people, and also to generate projects that will generate income to the youth. So it's rather going to touch more on development and on sustainable development as a whole. We are looking at giving the youths projects, to be initiate projects for them that has to do with income generating. We are also looking at empowerment, giving the youths to have their own say, to have something that they believe they own, rather than not only looking and basing at the corporate world. And also, one of the things that the organization, through its Zimbabwe United Nations Association's youth wing, we have participated in a lot of sustainable development projects together with the city of Harare. That is the mother body for the Hararian city. And also we have worked with UNICEF, we have worked with the Global Fund. We have worked with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. We've also worked with the Zimbabwe Youth Council, that is the mother body of all youth associations in Zimbabwe. So what we have right now at the moment, what we have at the table, and what is hindering most of our projects is that we don't have necessary and sufficient fund to feed ourselves and to initiate and implement our own projects. That is one of the basic needs that we as an organization are currently looking at and are currently in need of it. We need funding to initiate that each and every project that we have for sustainable development is impacted upon, is initiated, is implemented with the rights and the say of the youth. We are giving the youth the voice to come out. We are giving the youth the voice to be heard. We are giving the youth to come out of their shells, to come out of their solitary confinements and act upon development. For development, I believe it encompasses all spheres of urges from the children, from the youth, and also from the old person. So basically, our target is on the youths that we believe, if given the opportunity and given the chance to act upon development, we will see a globalized world and a change upon our lives. And most of the problems that we are facing in as far as the world is concerned is basically we are shunning away the participation, the active participation of the youths in global development and also in sustainable development. Hence, we are giving problems upon ourselves. So we need to give our all our abilities to the youths. We need to empower the youths. We need to give the youth the right to act and to be heard. As a Zimbabwe United Nations Association, I am a youth coordinator basically for it. I'm doing the best I can to empower the youths of Zimbabwe, to empower the youths of Southern Africa, to empower the youths of Africa, and also to empower the youths of the globe, be it in Africa, the world, be it in Asia, here in the United States. Youths are not being seen acting according to what they should be acting because they are not given the right and they are not given the active platform for them to act upon. So basically, I am striving the best I can to get funding for the Zimbabwe United Nations Association. I put each and every energy that I have. I put each and every practical abilities that I have in unison to get together so that the dreams, the goals, the vision, the mission that we have as an organization is actually implemented.